Hey, care partners, Teresa Youngstrom here with a better approach to memory care. Just thought of a story I wanted to share with you. I hope you realize that what really drove me to become a student of dementia was caring for my mom, as most of you know, and just caring for lots of people in my jobs as a nurse. But it was really when my mom threw me out of the blankety blank house that my eyes were open to how much I still needed to learn, even though I'd been a nurse for more than 30 years. But I hope that these stories encourage you to help you find the silver lining in all this and help you understand how worth it is. I've had family members say she's mean as a snake, not my mom in particular, although she had her moments, but that their parent was mean as a snake. And I'm just not going back there. And I just want them to pause for a minute, take that time out and realize that her brain's reacting in a way that using the best ability it can. But that doesn't mean that's what's best for her. And so there are times when, even though they're the most difficult, that's actually when they need us more than they ever needed us before. And can we look around the discomfort we're experiencing to try and find the better good there? So there are days when they're just going to surprise you. And I wasn't prepared one day. My shift was to come in and get her up from a nap. We had implemented a nap into my mom's care in the afternoon because bedtime with the sundowning had become more difficult. And so we decided to start putting her down for a nap at 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 4. And my job was then to come in at 4 and get her up from the nap. And it was just a great education on, I had to be a detective to try and figure out where she was in that moment when I got there. Had she been awake for a while? And of course my dad was there and we had the baby monitors and everything. So if she'd have been calling out, he would have been back there. But had she been awake for a long time? Was there something on her mind? She would sometimes surprise me with what she was at that moment thinking about. And sometimes she was super tired and I needed to pace myself to go along with her flow. But this one day I got there, "Hey mama, it's Teresa." And she immediately said, "Are my parents here yet? Are my parents here yet?" And she was very, very concerned. And now her parents had been gone. They had passed probably 25 years prior to that. And so she surprised me again, which was a routine thing, but I had to figure out how to validate her position, get on her team, and see if I could just de-escalate this concern of hers, because at that moment, that was what was going on in her mind. And for us, caregivers and family members, to try and redirect, which redirect is a good time. It's a good thing. There's a time and a place, but to just try and redirect her in that moment would never have been successful because she was upset. And so I just said, well, let me check the driveways. And so I lit out of her room really to buy time. I needed time to consider what I was going to say next to help her de-escalate and then move her to a happier place. And so I thought about it for a minute. I came back in. I said, "Mama, I checked the driveways and the car's not here. So they're not here yet, but I've got someone out there watching for us." And she went, "Oh, good, good, good." Like that was a good step forward. Okay. And then I did it. Oh, Mama, hey, I meant to tell you, I've got new pictures of the puppy. And now my dog was several years old at that point in time, but it didn't matter. That was the love language that brought her joy. And you'll need to figure out what brings your loved one joy. So pictures of puppies and cats, that was a win. And so I was able to show her those things. And but if I'd have tried to do that in the beginning when she said, are my parents here? If I would have said, "Oh, they've been gone for a long time. Here, look at these pictures," it wouldn't have worked. And she might have kicked me out of the blankety blank house again. So just be aware that every time you interact with them, you need to approach from the front, of course, because they lose peripheral vision. But then you need to be a detective and know whether they're actually understand, are they with you in that moment, or are they somewhere else? And they can be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years back in the past and living out a situation where they don't even recognize you or recognize their spouse. So, and that can be tough, but listen, it's a journey, and you know what? It's a disease and they didn't ask for it. And so what we need to do is come alongside and see how we can do to be part of the solution with them and not part of the problem. They really are doing the best they can with what they have left. And it only took a few extra minutes for me to validate her position emotionally and with her same urgency. Wow, I don't know, but let me check the driveway. And that made her feel good that I was doing something to help her to figure out if they were here yet. So hopefully that'll be a good tip for you today. It's 2 steps forward, and some days, guys, it's 2 steps back, but it's worth it. I can tell you that every day of the year, it's worth it. And if I can be more of help to you, again, I'm Teresa Youngstrom. My company is A Better Approach to Memory Care. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure and like and share and subscribe so that you know when I get a good idea and you can get that next bit of information from me. I'm a speaker, a staff trainer. I do lots of family consultations, and the website is teresayoungstrom.com. Thanks so much and enjoy your evening. Take care.